Here with me now, one of the most vocal Republican members of Congress on this issue, the passionate climate changer, Florida Republican Congressman Matt Gaetz. Welcome back.
Good to be back. I far prefer my Green Real Deal to Beto's plan. You know, I guess President Trump was right. The Democrats have been winning so much in the Trump economy, they're tired of winning. And now they're introducing proposals that would unilaterally disarm the American economy. Beto's problem is if you raise taxes to pay for his plan, you don't really need to worry about carbon emissions because most of the industry in this country will leave and they'll go elsewhere. And what I think the liberals miss about climate change is that if we just export the pollution to other countries, it's just virtue signaling, but it doesn't do anything to help the planet. The parts I like about Beto's plan, a focus on our grid. Right now, our electric grid wouldn't accommodate emerging technologies. The part that's bad is that he relies on the government to create those emerging technologies. Listen, Kennedy, if I got to bet on somebody to solve climate change, I'm not betting on an EPA regulator on the 8th floor of a building that's got no windows. I'm betting on a college kid somewhere in a dorm room or in a spare bedroom in their parents' house trying to whip up a way to make energy more efficient. That's when we're at our best, not when we empower government, but when we empower people.
The next Elizabeth Holmes, kind of. I agree with you completely, and I think it's going to come. It's like the Industrial Revolution. Who put forth the Industrial Revolution? It was tinkerers. It was people in their homes, in their offices, working out plans and coming up with grand solutions in small spaces. And you're absolutely right about that. It's amazing, though, because a lot of these far leftists have such a distrust for individuals. They really despise dynamic creation and creativity, and that's so sad because ultimately, you know, if we are going to redo our grid, if we are going to use anything but renewable sources by 2050, it's going to be through the private sector.
But we as conservatives allow the liberals to occupy that space when we foolishly deny the obvious science of climate change. So people on the right look kind of crazy when the thermometer continues to rise and they say that the earth isn't warming, and then people on the left look crazy when they try to use climate change as a basis to have the government control every aspect of people's lives. Those are both losing strategies.
That's absolutely right. That's well said, and that's really smart of you to point out that dichotomy, because it certainly does exist, and you cannot sacrifice all of this economic growth to fix a problem, and you cannot deny that the problem is there. But what ultimately will fix it? And do you think there is an intersection between, and I had talked about this in a monologue that I did, I think it was week before last, do you think there's an intersection between your great ideas and some of the other great ideas on the left?
I far preferred the portions of your monologue that focused on improving the grid and cracking down on China stealing our stuff.
That's right.
Than when you put my picture and AOC's picture on Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. So I far preferred the policy discussion.
That's the graphics department. I had nothing to do with that.
Right.
I wrote a very serious monologue.
Are you really disclaiming the stuff that's on your own show? Look, here's the deal. Beto was running a policy-free campaign. He's not going to be able to Facebook Live his way through the next dental procedure. I'm just hoping he doesn't need a colonoscopy between now and the election.